Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, April the 22nd, and I'm just recording this live session just to basically talk through the charts and a potential trade this morning if I see anything. So I've got three charts up on my screen. I have ES on my left, and I have NQ, which is my main working chart, on the middle screen, and then I have the 1 hour on the right hand side. And I usually flip between the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the 15-minute just to keep me grounded in terms of where I am on the bigger picture, bigger scheme of things. So that's what I have this morning. Last night Asia ranged, so we can see here that Asia had high, low, high, low, high, low. So that's a range, which is nice. That's what I want to see so that we have a nice move with London. So London, we moved up. We made our high up here at 18,166. And one of the main or important levels that I'm watching is this previous week low, which is at 18,116. And we've just broken above that this morning. And we'll see if we can hold above that. We have this very large opening range gap from the 21st, so that was Monday. And then below that, we have an overlap from yesterday's settlement price to today. I've never seen that before, where we have an overlap of gaps. So we have what appears to be one large gap, but it's actually two gaps. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm currently on the 5-minute chart. I've put the NDOG and new day opening gap and new week opening gap indicator on just so that we can take a look and see where we've got some areas of potential interest for liquidity. So we have this area down here, a new day opening gap from April the 21st. And then we have, of course, all these levels up here because price has been dropping. So we do have quite a few levels up here. Time is 9:29. I'm just going to drop down to the 1 minute, and I will be looking for the 5-minute candle strategy this morning. And I have all my key hourly and 4-hour main levels on my chart. Terms of civvies and bissies. So that's where we're at. Here's my 9:30 open vertical line, and we'll just get ready with the five-minute high and then the 5-minute low. We'll just get these ready and put them on the chart. So when price begins to move, we'll be able to just slide them into place. I have my windows open this morning. It's a little bit chilly, so I'm wearing this humongous sweater, but I live in Canada. It is cold this morning. I think it's just around 0 degrees. All right, let's see what happens. So we're going to move this gap down a little bit. And it's 9:30, so the market is just opened. And this will be our 9:30 candle. So I'm going to move our vertical line over so I can just drop our 5-minute high on there, and we'll see where the 5-minute low goes. We have been above midnight, pretty much all midnight. And so that indicates to me that price is going to go lower. Possibly later today, price could go lower. So I want to sell above midnight or buy below midnight. That's my personal observations of using midnight. Previous day high we have up here at 18,381. Just checking. I just want to make sure my previous day high is correct. Previous day high, 18,377. Yeah, okay. So we're all right. Now, we had a fairly strong move yesterday to the downside, and ICT explains that when we have a big move the day before, the following morning might not be the best time to trade. It might be a little bit choppy, so I'm keeping that in the back of my mind as I watch price action this morning. One, two, so we have 4 candles to this point. We have not taken London high. We definitely potentially could, price could be drawn back down to, Asia low. We still have a little bit of that 4-hour gap, this 4-hour gap here. We have not filled this in. So if we look on the 1 hour, we still, this area down here in the gap has not been touched yet. Key level from yesterday was 17,703. That's why it's nice to have the 1 hour on, in view, because it does keep you grounded in terms of the bigger picture. Where is price potentially drawn to? Because if you're always just on the small time frames, you can just get lost in the noise. So we've got ES here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on our last 1 minute candle. This is so far our low. This is our high. And again, this is our key level here. This is our previous week low, and this is a very important level, as we have been kind of like overnight, we've been bouncing up, rejecting. We broke above at 8:53 this morning, around 8:53, 8:50. So this is a key level. See if price either breaks below, retests and stays below. Maybe makes a run for sell side. Keeping an open mind in terms of what price wants to do. I'm just the observer here. I'm just reading clues, looking for PD arrays, and waiting for price and the market to show me where it wants to go this morning. So. No news this morning. I think we don't have news until Thursday, I think. But we do have the Tesla reporting earnings after the market closes tonight, so that should be interesting. And of course, that can affect any of the big tech companies, can affect NQ, so something to keep your eye on. So this is our opening range gap from April the 21st, and this is our opening range gap down here from April the 22nd, this morning. We have not yet had the first fair value gap form yet, so I'll be looking for that. Again, we're just kind of playing in this area here of previous week low, waiting for the market to show us any type of signal of buyer stepping in or seller stepping in. But this is a key level here. Could take London high. We'll just throw a fib on the opening range gap, this one. Here's our 50% here. So we've just broken above London high. Here's the 50% area of the opening range gap from April 21st. And we also have N-Dog up here, new day opening gap. Could be a draw on liquidity. We've got a 4-hour up here. We have a 15-minute BISI here. So although we have our 5-minute candle high here, I'm mindful that the move started at the previous week. So this is where you can see buyers stepped in by these wicks, right? So buyers have stepped in here. So I would want to see a pullback. If this continues going higher, I would want to see a pullback to at least like the 50%. This is where it gets, you have to use some, I guess, just good common sense and experience in terms of where you're taking your key level from, right? The 5-minute high candle, which is a mechanical strategy, or the previous week low, which is literally right here. So price came down, came up, retapped this area, and then has moved up. So it's 9:44. This is definitely something for my journal. I'm going to be documenting this in my journal, whether next time when I see like the key area, previous week low, whether I would want to, perhaps use this as the break and retest, or when it's close to the 5-minute high or 5-minute low. I think that's something that for the next time I see this, I think that the previous week or the key level would hold more weight than using the 5-minute Scarface strategy. I'm just thinking out loud here. You may see a pullback here. This is our order block here. But ideally, I'd want to see a pullback to the 50%. This is our working range right now. So our 50% is here. It'd be nice to tap back into this order block. But we'll see. It's only 9:46. There's no rush. So we're above London high, approaching the 50% of this opening range gap from April 21st. Seeing if we have a pullback to either the 5-minute high candle level or the previous week low. Probably won't come back to the previous week low at this point. Like, I think the horse is out of the barn. Oh, the sunshine's coming out today, which is really nice. Let's see if we get a little pullback here. Let's get our first fair value gap in here. It's 9:50. Beginning of the macro. See if price continues up, or if we get a little pullback. I'd like to see a pullback to at least the 50%. See if we respect this first fair value gap, or if price wants to drop a little lower. Again, we have swept London. Really like to see price come up here to the 318,377, at least into the new day opening gap up here. That's where I'd like to see price go. But here is the 50% of the opening range gap. You need to see some energy step into the market here. It's a little lethargic. We're kind of at our 1-to-2 ratio, so anything above this is, good. Yeah, we don't even have any fair value gaps in here. Like it's really just lacking in any sort of energy. I've been working on my patience as a trader. For those of you that follow me, you know that that's a little bit of a nemesis for me, and so it's something I'm conscious of. Self-aware. Self-awareness is always good as a trader. So I think I'm becoming a little more patient with my trades and just allowing them to work out. It's kind of finding that balance between letting the trade work out in your favor, but not staying in too long that you lose gains. So for me, it's pyramiding out once I get to 50, at least 50% anyway, and then allowing for a runner. I kind of like this level up here. This is our previous day high. It's also a new day opening gap. But we are above London. Here's London. We're now at the 50% of the opening range gap of April 21st. It's 10:08. We are in the kill zone. I have this nice engulfing candle here. I've really come to embrace just trading the morning session. Um, I'm I live in Canada, and as the weather gets nicer, I want to be outdoors. We have such a short summer season. As soon as the weather gets nice, I want to be outdoors with my dog. I've had a couple days where I've taken my e-scooter out, and that has been phenomenal. I have to be careful at this time of year on my e-scooter because there's a lot of debris on the road still, and that's one thing you need to watch on an e-scooter. Like there's potholes in the roads that have not been fixed yet, or big branches from trees, that kind of stuff. My e-scooter has tires that I forget what you call them, but you never get a flat tire because they have like some sort of gel or something on the inside of the tire that prevents you from getting a flat. So the tires are pretty hardy. Like I don't really worry about glass and stuff. I just don't want to hit anything large, like a large hole or something. Sometimes if I see a hole at the last minute, I jump, you pull up on the handlebars and you kind of jump over it. So anyway, I'm sure the roads will get cleaned up shortly, but until then, I'm pretty mindful. I'm pretty mindful of where I'm riding. So price is just entering this new week opening gap here. I'm going to move my take profit up because I'm interested in this area up here, new day opening gap at about 18,377. And we're coming up to about the risk to reward of about 4, which is, pretty nice. I don't want to get too greedy. I may let one more go and then just hold a runner and see how far we get. I'm going to take one more off. I'd like to see us get up here, but let's see what happens. And then we're so far above midnight that there might be a nice opportunity for a short sell if we can get up here, because again, we're way above London. We've got the 1 hour up here. It's very bullish on the 1 hour. And I have my stop loss just below this order block here. Okay, so we're coming up to possibly change in the state of delivery. So my stop loss did its job. That's what it's supposed to do, is get me out so I don't lose my gains. And that's the whole point, right? We might have a change in the state of delivery, although I still feel like we're going to go up a little bit. But here's our, if we drop below this, it may indicate a potential change. We need to drop below this, and it needs to close below this with a body. That would be a change in the state of delivery. We met our 50% here. We got to probably about here. So 3.51 risk to reward. I'm all right with that. You guys all right with the 3 risk to reward? Let's see how many points that is. So that would be, we entered at 18,221, we exited at 18,296. So 18,296, subtract 18,221, and that is 75 points, or 3.51 risk to reward. So we have a change in the state of delivery. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of this for a second. And let's put our zippies here. I would be prepared to go short. Let's just see what happens. So here's a change in the state of delivery, but I'd like to see something else. We did tap into just below this end dog, above the 50% of this opening range gap. Normally I don't like jumping into trades like one after the other, but I think this is a nice opportunity, potentially. Keep a very tight stop loss. Oh, I may have jumped into this too soon. Yeah. Could just need a little more space here. %50 is here. I think I'll be journaling that for me to take a change in the state of delivery, I would want to see price enter a higher time frame PD array. Maybe the new week opening gap isn't enough. This is just a pullback to continue higher. It's just a thought. This is why I don't like to jump into a trade after just leaving one trade. Anyway, let's, live and learn, right? We are at the 50% of this 15-minute fair value gap. We're above the hourly. I'm just going to take that out. Yeah, this probably is going to continue back to 18,377. So that's something else I need to work on, is to make sure that my stop loss gives enough space for price to have a decent pullback. Like this area here. Yes, this was an order block here, but this looks like a pretty strong level as well. Again, these are notes for my journal. Okay, interesting. Respecting this SIBI. Just looking on the 5 minutes. Here's our high into this, just tapping below this new week opening gap. On the higher time frame, we are bullish with the new or previous day high above us here. So not only am I working on my patience, but I do want to allow myself slightly larger stop losses, just to allow for these pullbacks. It's always a balance between, am I going to lose my profits, or, is there potentially more upside or downside, right? It's bullish on the 15-minute. We do have this long wick here. All in all, I think it's still showing signs of bullishness. Still respecting this SIBI here. You know, if there's going to be a reversal, I think we need to wait and see more confluence. We do have a change in the state of delivery. Just go back to the 5-minute here. My 5-minute low is here. The 5-minute high is here. So I'd need to either break above or break below. You know, I'm just thinking a breaker block, but we've got a high, low, higher, high, but the lower low is not, you know, there's not much displacement here. So I'd want to see some, just like I want to see it lower so that it shows me that it takes these stops here, but it hasn't given me enough displacement down to really make me feel like there's potentially a change in direction. But we are respecting this SIBI here on the 1 minute. It's 10:27. I might try it one more time. It's a 5-minute low. I'd rather wait for a 5-minute break of structure on the 5-minute. This is a change in the state of delivery. Come back up into the fair value gap. It could be. Let's just try one more time. I will put my stop loss above this. Boy, oh boy. Well, I'm not going to lose all my gains from this morning, so I'm going to be a little bit cautious. Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, this is really dodgy. I don't like this at all. I think we're just going to get out of this. I think we're just in consolidation here. Oops. Oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, that's it for me for today. So I probably should have just stopped after my long this morning, but anyway, lessons learned. This is what I'm trying to work on, is developing just a little more discipline, sticking to my rules. So okay then, guys, thanks for joining me this morning, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.